Welcome to Summon the Giant Sundays, where we change our lives by summoning the giant within.
You better get up, get out, and get something. Don't let the days of your life pass you by. You need to get up, get out, and get something.
Last time we spoke about how to overcome by getting a goal, getting a big decision, and breaking it down into small steps. But like I said, for a lot of you, you may feel as if your situation is just too bad. You just cannot overcome it. So today, what we're going to do, we're going to see, we're going to talk about, we're going to visualize, we're going to pinpoint a giant of his craft. He is a giant at what he does in his respective field. He went from growing up in poverty, being born by a 16-year-old teenage mother, had to get around gang violence and all of these different things, growing up in the hood, to becoming one of the greatest basketball players that this world has ever seen. Now, growing up, I loved basketball so much. I would go outside and I would take a crate and cut the crate open at the bottom, nail it to a tree, and just shoot a basketball in it until I was able to get a basketball rim. I would watch basketball games all summer long, record them and just watch them. But as I got older, I had a new appreciation for the sport, because what I started to see in the sport was perseverance. I saw dedication. I saw hard work. I saw these men and women putting everything that they could to being the best that they could be in the sport. But I appreciated the sport a lot more when I started to learn and understand the backgrounds of these men and women and how they had to overcome certain things in their past to be where they currently are. So this man who was born to a 16-year-old teenage mother, who grew up in poverty, who bounced around from home to home, family member's home to another family member's home, had no stability, grew up and eventually became a 4-time league NBA MVP, 3-time finals champion, 3 times finals MVP. And recently, he got into a room and in his class of his own, where he has over 30,000 points, over 8,000 rebounds, and over 8,000 assists. And the man I'm talking to you about is the one and only LeBron James. So my question to you is, why can't you do the same? Why can't you do it? Maybe you were in a similar situation that he was in, but his example shows that you can do it too. He just took one thing that he was good at and he worked on it every single day of his childhood, every single day of his teenage years. And now, because he worked on it so hard, he blocked out all the negativity around him. We know him as LeBron James, King James, a man that is worth over listen to me now, $400 million. That's a giant overcomer in this craft. And I want to tell you, look, you can do the same thing. You can do it. You can do it. You just have to believe that you can. And we have men and women like LeBron to show us that we can do the same thing. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, I mean, LeBron is great. He's good at basketball, so that's how he's able to do what he did. But I want to show you that it's not about just sports. You can do this in any area of life. So what we're going to do for next time, we're going to focus on another overcomer, another giant overcomer of her craft, and see how she came out of the situation that she came out of. This is Jono the Giant signing off once again. But before I go, I want you to remember that there is a giant in all of us. We just have to call him or her out.
You better get up, get out, and get something. Don't let the days of your life pass you by. You need to get up, get out, and get something.